Let's talk about it, bro. Let's talk about it. Shout out to my boy Jackson Kruger Sports. Let's talk about it, bro. What went wrong for the Chiefs, bro? This is insane.
About Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs, who know getting around it, this was a disaster for the Chiefs. I mean, they were favored to win this game, didn't even really come close. What went wrong? And specifically, what went wrong for Patrick Mahomes, who I did not think played a particularly great game in this one. I thought he played really bad. I did. I know that it wasn't all his fault, and we'll get into he was in a tough situation, no denying it. But also, we've seen him play in tough situations left and right over his career and have no problem, it seems like. Here, he had a lot of problems, so yeah, let's talk about them. Let's start here with what was really going wrong for the Chiefs was that guys just were not getting open. And when you can't get guys open consistently, every quarterback is going to look bad, right? And that was a big part of it. Obviously, that wasn't all of it. We'll get into it, but that was a big part of it. Watch. On this play, it's a man coverage play on 3rd and 9, which the Eagles don't always do this year, but they felt like it was the right coverage in this spot. They're correct, clearly. You see, no one is open. And for Mahomes, well, what do you want to do? Well, he's Mahomes. He's going to try and get outside the pocket. As you see here, he does a pretty good job at, being creative in how he's going to look down the field. Right here, though, he's still contacted. And that's, I think, one thing the Eagles did a really good job of as well, is even if he was scrambling around, getting bodies on him, right? Making sure that there's someone who can make a play. And here, this is the first time Mahomes throws what probably should have been an interception, deep in his own territory. It would not be the last. I mean, that really could have been picked. Maybe should have is too strong of a word, but it could have been a play that got the Eagles the ball already in field goal range. Later on here, this was a kind of a similar situation. It's again going to be a 3rd down and 9. So Mahomes, who's been getting sacked a lot in this game, you see he's going to take the snap, and as of right here, so this is a clean pocket, and this is what drives me crazy about sacks stats sometimes, is Mahomes had time to throw. No one got open downfield, so he's not doing anything wrong by trying to find something else out. In fact, this is what he does, is if there's nothing open, he scrambles out and tries to make something happen, right? But here, you see, as he does that, Philadelphia players, that was Josh Sweat who initially made the contact, and other players able to come over and make the tackle. They weren't letting him cleanly get outside the pocket. These pass rushers were being very...
And I was honestly confused. I'm like, bro, Mahomes usually always, it's very, very hard to tackle Mahomes. Like, insanely hard. So when I see him start getting tackled at, the beginning of the game, I'm like, bro, what? What's going on here, bro? I'm confused. You know what I'm saying? Is this real? Is this the real? Honestly, I don't feel like this is the real Chiefs, bro. I genuinely feel like this is not the real Chiefs. Genuinely.
How they weren't overcommitting
no cap.
And trying to make sure that they got the sack. A cleanup sack is fine, right? Just get him to the ground. They did a great job at that. We also saw some, just bad plays from Mahomes. There's no real other way to describe it. Like this one, it's a quarters coverage play on a 3rd down and 3. So okay, let's see if you can get something open. Well, when Mahomes takes the snap, he's going to again under pressure, contact getting made, going to have to throw a bit off balance. But again, I think it's fair to say we're used to seeing Mahomes still be able to make accurate throws while getting hit and while being off balance. That's what he does, right? Here, though, did not work out, misses that throw. Again, okay, contacted, that one's not the worst in the world. But what about this one? This is another 3rd down and 3 situation deep in their own territory right here. You're trying to hit Kelsey, who's going to be just, trying to get into a gap in coverage right here. Mahomes takes the snap, and he pulls that throw. That looked like his spike attempt from the conference championship game. He missed the throw. Maybe it's possible he thought Kelsey was going to run a little bit more in, but I don't know. I think he just let one get away from him, and because of that, then they're able to, they have to punt. That's the end of the drive. So that wasn't good. Of course, we got to talk about the interceptions, right? We can go in chronological order. First, the pick 6, which was not a very good play. This one was a bad one, really, to be honest. So, again, 3rd and 16. Mahomes has gotten sacked on the first 2 plays. The Eagles are going to drop back into zone. And when Mahomes takes a snap, there's a couple of notes I have about this play. First, you see that he's outside the pocket. This was a designed rollout, and it works really well. The Chiefs are so good at this, and Mahomes is usually so good at these types of plays. However, when he fires this one, it's doing the old across-your-body throw, which you're never supposed to do. But, again, he's Mahomes. He can kind of get away with it.
Right.
At the same time, though, couple things. So on this play, Cooper DeJean dropped so far back into coverage on this one. Usually you kind of play more over the middle, but again, you don't want to cover grass, right? If there's someone open further down the field and you're not covering anybody, well, make something happen. So that's kind of forgivable, but at the same time, this isn't a throw he should be making anyway. I mean, first off, it's not really forgivable. He should have noticed Cooper DeJean. But on top of it, it wasn't going to be a completion either. I just don't get this one. And on top of this, you threw the interception to the last guy you want to throw to because he's their punt returner. So he's used to having the ball in his hands. He ends up with a pick six on this play, which was, not ideal there by Patrick Mahomes and by the Kansas City Chiefs. I mean, you just got to, it's just not a good play. It's just a bad play by Mahomes. Got to be smarter than that. And then the other one, which... Again, listen, there were very few plays where it's just like, oh, that was just objectively a bad play. Not zero, but, usually there's going to be something that goes wrong, right? Like some other thing that goes wrong. It is a team sport at the end of the day. This play is one of those examples where you see the route that Mahomes is going to want to throw to there. As you see, he's going to look down the field as of right now. So Josh Sweat is applying pressure to Mahomes, and that is the thing that is going to disrupt this play. Again, at the same time, though, I think we're used to seeing Mahomes do well under pressure, and he just wasn't doing as well. Also, further down the field, this is something we kind of talked about where Zach Bond he's so rangy that he is someone you ideally don't want to throw to here, but at the same time, this does look like it's about to get open, so I get it. Here, though, when Mahomes makes that throw, Bond makes a diving catch. It was a bad throw.
At least throw it over his head.
Here,
he
though,
threw it right at him. He threw it right at him, bro. At least though, yeah, he could throw it at least a little bit more over. He could have literally lobbed it right here. He could have lobbed it right here. Perfect. Somebody over here? No one's over here. He could have just lobbed it right here.
Throw. Bond makes a diving catch. It was a bad throw because of the contact, but also, great play by Zach Bond, right? So again, forgivable, but ultimately at the end of the day, when it comes to a Super Bowl, you got to just make the plays, and these are just bad plays. So then you have this one where it's going to be a 4th down and 5. The Chiefs are kind of just saying, we got to go for it here. This is the situation where you have to take chances. Absolutely the correct call right here. You can't give the ball back to Philadelphia down 27 late in the third quarter. If it's 4th and 20, it's a decision. If it's 4th and 5, no decision. You got to go. And they have a concept that's worked really well against zone coverage all year. You have a tight end run a route, trying to freeze the safety who's in that direction, Avonte Maddox. Then Hopkins is going to run a route trying to get towards the sideline. Again, the Chiefs have been very effective at these concepts all year. However, when Mahomes takes the snap, you're going to see right here. So for Hopkins, who's trying to get up towards the sideline on this play, Maddox kind of has this covered, and I gotta be honest. So I made a video where I only talked about this play, and I accidentally called him Kelsey. It's not. Noah Gray is the other tight end who's on the logo. That's really where Mahomes should have gone.
I didn't even see him.
You got to make your decision quickly, and these plays have worked all season, so I get why he's just running the play the way it's worked all season. Here, though, you're going to see Maddox does a great job at... it's a great defensive play, right? That's just a great defensive play. So we can sit here and critique Mahomes.
84, yeah.
Hitting the open guy. And, hey, at the end of the day, if we give him credit when he hits the open guy, you got to give him blame when he misses the open guy. But also, at the same time, it's just good defense. And the biggest thing the Chiefs have done well offensively this year just was not working. So, yeah, those are my thoughts. Listen, it is what it is, okay? I'm sure that if you're a Chiefs fan, you'll settle for 3 Super Bowl wins, 2 Super Bowl losses in 6 years. Not a bad run. Obviously, you would have loved a three-peat, but, it's really hard to win 1 Super Bowl, let alone 3 in a row. And, hey, who knows? Mahomes isn't even 30 yet. Maybe they'll get another opportunity someday. But, yeah, as for now, it was a great run, but ultimately felt...
Honestly, I really do hope that this is the end. I'm not going to lie. This might actually be the end of the whistle face, all right? The wannabe dynasty, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully the Chiefs, they be the same thing happens in the AFC Championship or just the second round of AFC. Chiefs versus Bills, Chiefs versus Ravens. Hopefully one of them teams can beat the Chiefs and we can see a new team come out of the AFC, bro. I'm tired of the Chiefs. A new team, bro. Please. You know what I'm saying? Next year, I'm going for Lions, Ravens. Let me know in the comments who y'all think will go to Super Bowl next year. Pat Mahomes is just trash now, bro. He's absolutely dog shit.